Hello guys, my name is Zacky Hadi Sagran. In this video, I want to tell you the story tale about Hansel and Gretel. The story is about two kids abandoned from his stepmother into the forest, and the siblings is find a house or home lived by a witch. So let's get started to the story. Here's the character in the story: his stepmother, father, Hansel, Gretel, and the witch. Once upon a time, in a small cottage on the edge of the great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter and his two children, Hansel and Gretel. Their stepmother was a harsh and selfish woman, and during a time of a great famine, she convinced the woodcutter that they could no longer feed the children. One night, Hansel overheard the cruel plan to abandon them in the forest. He quietly went outside and filled his pocket with white pebbles. The next morning, as the stepmother led them into the deep woods, Hansel dropped the pebble along the path. After they were left home, the moonlight helped the children follow the sparkling stones back home. But the stepmother was furious when they returned. A few days later she tried again, this time locking the door so Hansel could not collect the pebbles. As they walked into the forest, Hansel dropped breadcrumbs instead. Sadly, birds ate the old crumbs and they could not find their way back home. Lost and hungry, Hansel and Gretel wandered through the woods until they discovered a strange and wonderful cottage made entirely of candy and sweets. Drowned by hunger, they began to nibble at the walls. Suddenly, the door cracked open and the old woman appeared. She seemed like kind and invited them to inside her house. But the old woman was actually a wicked witch who lured children into her home and eat them. She locked Hansel in a cage and forced Gretel to cook and clean. Every day, the witch checked Hansel's finger to see if he was fat enough to eat. Clear Hansel tricked her by holding out a bone instead of his finger. After weeks passed, the witch grew impatient and decided to eat him anyway. She told Gretel to heat the oven, but Gretel, pretending not to understand, asked the witch to show her how. When the witch leaned over, Gretel pushed her into the oven and slammed the door shut. Gretel freed Hansel, and together they found a treasure chest filled with gold and jewels. With joy and relief, they ran through the forest and finally found their way back home. Their father was enjoyed to see them again, and their cruel stepmother was gone. From the day on, they lived happily ever after, never worrying about hunger again. So this is the all the story about Hansel and Gretel. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time.